realize the feelings of some of these women be getting into some fucked up predicaments. Nevertheless, it will be a disgrace not to give a little taste of the positions these women be getting their men in.
All right. All right. Let's see where you going.
Forcing them into decisions like between a rock and a hard place. I said, state your case. He said, maybe my mind is playing tricks on me, but I could have sworn that the kiss that was through you. Y'all know words. How can love be so kind and so gentle and turn and be so cold? And why must my arms feel so empty for what my heart still holds? Which leads me to believe how ironic be the heart. That through times of war and hardship and continued perseverance, it camouflages resilience. I see these getting broke real easy. How ironic be the heart. That through times of war and hardship and continued perseverance, it camouflages resilience. Still through times of minor love loss, is subject to shatter to a million pieces, a million self-inflicted treasons that jump ship without a reason. How ironic be the mind to realize for that first time, the only thing keeping you alive is the very thing that's killing you inside, and now time ain't worth taking. Because life ain't worth living, because air ain't worth breathing. Ain't trying to sound conceited, but I open up doors to me, allowing you to walk through. Others would give their right arms just to knock on. And you stretch your peacock feathers like they bottling your bullshit as air freshener. How ironic be that? You could snatch the heart from my chest and replace it with a pen filled with a million fuck love poems. Now the very essence of my love, it pumps too much hurt to even put into words. And I know this because I've cut my own wrist. Not crazy of the range, just trying to drain the pain that floods my veins just so I can live again. Just so I can feel again that numbness that encompasses that part of me, that cage, that part of you. But isn't it strange? My soul be stitched, sewn, and glued to you, and you still found a way to drop it like loose change. You still found a way to let the noose hang on your half of my always and forever. Now I'm always and forever left to speculate the many ironies of life. How through us, God commits sunrise, but the discernment in your eyes eclipsed it. Then dismissed it as if it's an infliction where the only prescription to fix it was sunset. Also known as my son's death. Left me only but one step away from joining God's other side of the rainbow myself. Cards dealt and you felt the need to fold. How ironic on your birthday. Created hurt in the worst way. You sucked out my dreams when you laid it on the table. How could you not see my little king was an angel, fully equipped with wings and a halo? Not ironically, you able to just sweep the shit back under the table. Matt, how ironic be that at any given time, our mind, body, and souls would intertwine, tighten in the hands on 12 o'clock. But now we can be more further apart than 9:15. And since everything about this so-called dream seems to be backwards, it's more like 3:45, right? And yet I wouldn't think twice to sacrifice every second of my life, every moment of my days, saving away the tiny grains of sand from your chipped hourglass. If it meant that you had bent back the rules and lent me a piece of that time of day, I would use that time to build your beach at the bay of my heart and bathe in your sun rays. Isn't it ironic? How much the sun and truth really have in common. We need them both to see, but too much of either will leave you blinded. And I find it quite hard to ignore the many sores on my skin camouflaged as pores. The many times that I begged you, let's make music together, while your actions showed me you'd rather abuse our hearts like drums. When I would have snatched my own dying breath from the ICU of my chest and threw it off the edge of a cliff if I knew that it meant you would grant me one wish to use our windpipes like flutes. How ironic. The many times that I've stood in the back of your line, fist clenched to ticket number 99, while your sign reads, now serving number 2. I get the picture. We just ain't made for frames, but Kodak this. Me sticks all around you like trees in the forest. I said, me sticks all around you like trees in the forest. Timbered down, sifting through mind, body, and soul, seeking your adorance. Isn't it ironic? When something's right, we run like it's a 10-foot giant. But let it be wrong, we'll fight and stand right beside it. We'll transform into its sidekick. We pledge our life to it. We'll battle and die for it. Commit any crime for it. We Bonnie and Clyde with it. Be soaked in our own ignorance, yet we boast in our pride for it. Left me broke. I spent all of my suns and moons crying for it. Submit all of my time to it. Tithe all of my dimes to it. Let the church say amen.
Amen.
Isn't it ironic? I was called by the people to bear this crown of knowledge. But when it comes to she, I'm ignorance at its finest. The predicate to the highest levels of disrespect. Nevertheless, eyes couldn't see past the lies, but in retrospect, I see in 20/20 vision. Isn't it ironic? A grown-ass woman won't stop acting childish. How you could give me all of you except the part of being honest. And quite honestly, I'm tired of trying us, tired of the constant reminders, the stress and the drama. Time to remove them blinders and see clearly now that the rain is gone. Time for me to feel freely now that the pain is gone. Though the irony wears itself around me like a cheap meat coat, I wouldn't dare to insult the non-living, calling what we have dead. Because I know cemeteries that bear more life than what we share. I know zombies with heartbeats that beat harder than this. How ironic is this? Me and you in this sadistic twist of this mutual suicide minus the Romeo and Juliet. Instead, it's more like autumn leaves falling by the wayside, awaiting our springtime just to do it over again. I'm tired. But you must admit, it's a tad bit ironic when the only rest my heart ever seems to get is when it's beating 1,000 times a minute in your direction, leaving me empty, leaving me simply left to guess there's nothing left in me but to be devoured by overprotected friends' advice like knowledge. Time heals all wounds. So now I do silly shit like tattoo Rolexes around my wrist in the shape of Band-Aids where I cut, and wear chains of clocks around my neck like Flavor Flav, in hopes that if it can get close enough, it would mend my broken heart. And I'm yet praying for my own salvation, for my own attempts at saving up enough strength just to walk away. Because sometimes that's the hardest thing to do. Yeah.